What's up, action takers, the community of doers? I hope you're doing fine. Episode 29, week 29, 52 weeks, here we come. Now, tomorrow is the last day of this year. Tomorrow is the last day of this year. And I don't want to be very generic, or rather to be so obvious in terms of what I'm going to talk about, but I want to reflect on something that might be seemingly obvious, but it's actually important in such kind of a time. There are many theories that explain the fact that why sometimes you should not be so cautious on these end year things and starting a new year or a new month and so forth. I also don't subscribe to such things too much, because I think if you make a decision to transform your life, it doesn't matter the time of the year that you make that decision. If you decide during the middle of the year that from this moment right now moving forward, my life will never be the same again, I tell you what, your life will never be the same again. I made the decision to transform my life on the month of April, 19th of April to be specific. I clearly remember the date because it was a life-changing moment for my life. 2020. It wasn't the beginning of the year, it wasn't the end of the year. But I decided to make a change in my life. So I'm not saying that making your New Year resolution it's a wrong thing. But I want to challenge that aspect of that there are some things that has to happen during either the beginning or the end of the year. I want to challenge that aspect. This platform is rethinking the conventional mentality. So I'm not saying that you don't write your New Year resolutions. I want to look at it from a different perspective, in such that you can write those New Year resolutions. I'm not against it. But I'm just trying to say, for you to actually realize the progress, or for you to get the outcomes that you are putting yourself for, that this must be, or it is going to be a daily process. That you're gonna put them, you're gonna write those New Year resolutions, but for you to actually achieve them, you must show up on a daily basis for those goals and dreams and objectives that you're going to put. That you're going to stick with that list through from January to February, the first quarter, going to June, all the way to the end of year of 2025. If at all, you have to get the tremendous progress that you want. So, I just want us to have that in mind, that this year is coming to an end. And many people are going to start planning their next year, which is very important. And I'm actually for it 100%. But for you to be able to actually achieve those things that you're going to put down, that your goals for year 2025, that it must be a daily process. That you must follow it through. It's not just a matter of writing. Actually, the most important thing is how you're going to follow through as you move about your year. The other thing that I want to look at is taking inventory of your life. Taking inventory of your life. And before I even go into taking inventory, let me just remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that we can continue building this platform and community of people, so that we can connect and be accountable to one another into advancing this course of rethinking the conventionality of how we go about our lives. So the other aspect is taking inventory of our lives. Now, taking inventory of your life, what does it mean? I'm going to read the definition for context. Taking inventory of your life is a reflective process that involves evaluating where you are, what you've accomplished, and where you want to go. It is significant for your life. Now, evaluating where you are, evaluating what you have accomplished, and evaluating where you want to go. That is so much important. So I'm actually inviting you right now, even as we set the goals and the resolutions for next year, sit back, ask yourself, what have you done in 2024? What are your highlight moments for 2024? What are those big steps that you've made in 2024? Acknowledge them. Understand what you've done. How did you do it? How can you do it even more? How did you go about that process? Don't miss out those processes. They give you the momentum, and you can reflect on them so that they can give you the insights on how to take up even bigger things that you're going to encounter in your life. So, and if you can't trace those monumental things that you've done in 2024, then you understand that we have a problem. And that's why it is so important to take inventory. It's so important to reflect on your year. Don't just allow it to slide and then go and set other new year resolutions in 2025. First, take stock of your 2024. How was your first quarter? How was your second quarter? How was your third quarter? How was your fourth quarter? What did you do with that year? What did you do with those 12 months? What did you do with those 365 days? Yeah? Concerning your goals and ambitions about your life, concerning your purpose, concerning your advancement in your career, concerning your advancement in your family, concerning your strength in relationships that you have, be it friendships, be it partnerships, yeah, concerning the business that you're running. Highlight those highlights. Yeah, what is that big thing did you do in 2024? And how do you want to proceed in 2025? Understand that this is the level that I got in 2024, and this is where I want to go in 2025. You can't understand the kind of path that you're taking if you can't see where you're coming from, because where you are coming from is going to inform where you're going. Why? History is important only to the extent that we do not repeat the same mistakes. So if you don't take inventory of what has been happening in your year 2024, how do you understand those mistakes, if present, that you did in 2024 for you to avoid them in 2025? Yeah? Understand those loopholes so that you can be able to know how to maneuver in your 2025. So, those two things. One, I'm challenging the fact that you can only change your life during the beginning of the year or during the beginning when you're setting your resolutions. I'm saying that you can change your life at any given moment if you decide to make that decision. The other aspect is that even if you write those resolutions, writing them is important. But to accomplish, you must follow them through using consistent action with feedback towards the realization of those resolutions. And thirdly, is that you have to take inventory of your life. Reflect on where you've been, what you've done. Reflect on what you have accomplished to give yourself momentum, and also reflect on where you want to go for you to be clear on the path that you're taking. Thank you very much for sticking up to this moment. We are in our 29th episode. You've stuck with us from the time that we started, and this is just but the beginning. This is the last episode that we've done for year 2024. As we usher in 2025, I'm inviting you, let's go with the same momentum, as enthusiastic as we are, and ready to be able to play above average of everything that we do. So I'm going to be here, and I'm your guide to make sure that you don't operate your life on an average perspective. But everything that we do, we are going to do it with the intensity, and we are going to do it in above average way. See you next year.